Greetings, gamers. Welcome to another Adc Commentary hosted by Midorima. I'm going to be playing JINX Alistar today versus Misfortune Seraphine. This is going to be a lane where it's going to be a lot of scaling early into we might be able to find win conditions and kills later. For runes, we're going to be going to lethal tempo, presence of mind, bloodline, cutdown, with the occasional odd switch into absolute focus and gathering storm. Unlike most AD carries, JINX is a character that I enjoy just playing purely for scaling with, and so that explains my secondary rune choice rather than the boots. And we're going to be playing around a GM to a master tier game. Here they took out a ward. That's pretty unfortunate. One thing you have to know about when you play with Alistar is a character that isn't really a character level 1. All he really does is he has a scale to level 2, 3, but level 1, all he does is he stands there. And on occasion, if he's feeling bold, he can start W to like punt their AD carry away from last hitting a single CS. So, we've given up control of the third bush. I want to bait and see if I can get Seraphine's Q out. I got it out, but unfortunately I still tanked it. I don't want to let Seraphine just hold this bush control forever. And I want to make sure that I'm not last hitting in rocket form to create splash damage on the wave. I need to make sure when you play with Alistar, you always, almost always, try to get the wave pushing into you early. If you ever get frozen on, it's not going to be a fun time for you. Okay. Here, I do want a rocket form. I probably could have positioned a little bit further to the right there, but I really wanted to get those two minions. I started Doran's Bow this game rather than Doran's Blade, because this isn't a very like all-in lane early. There's not a lot of volatility. So I just want the double potion so I can scale up easier to survive all this poke. Seraphine's doing a really good job of landing all of her poke on us, and so it's going to suck, but there's nothing we can really do about it. We just basically wait until we can get our revenge on her later, when Alistar is level right around here, but Alistar actually messed that up. That was a bit sad to watch, but it's okay. Mistakes happen. We've all messed up a few flashes before, and it's okay. The good thing about that is we did indeed burn their heal at least, so it wasn't all from in vain. Here, I get another cannon. I don't want to trade too aggressively, only a few autos here and there. Anytime I'm near half HP, I will just be using my pot, because with Doran's Bow, right, you are going to have no base HP bonus, like Doran's Blade. And so, if I'm looking at how my jungle's pathing, we do want to path forward this Scuttle Crab here. I think that we are stronger early fights with Katarina and with a Alistar. Here, if you're looking at how I'm laning, notice how during the entire lane, I am laning the opposite side of where Seraphine is. I am making sure that I'm never on the same side as her. That way, it's harder for her to land poke on us. It's harder for her to find good engages. So, it looks like we're going to get a kill here, so I'm going to ghost for this, actually. I wish I got the kill, but it's fine. Graves getting an early kill is slightly better than me, but in solo queue, it's always better to try to take the kill for yourself, because that is the one person you can rely on to use it the best. Here, I'm going to create a freeze situation where I'm just going to hold this wave outside of my turret. Yep, now I'm just trapping Misfortune here. Misfortune really wants to base because she's low mana and she has no support, but she's going to step up. And here, when Cannon's about to go down, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to pop this right here. And unless that E luckily gave her that last hit, she's going to be able to miss that. Here, just last hit the last couple of minions. Alistar kind of messed that minion up. That's a bit unfortunate. Here, my Alistar's going to look for a base, which is fine, because they're pushing into my turret. The thing about playing versus Enchanters bot lane, there's one benefit to this, right? The unbenefit, not so good, is they have really, really strong poke early. The good benefit is their dive is pretty weak unless they get you poked down low enough to where they can just execute it. Typically because they're too squishy to tank turrets and aggro with each other. Here, Seraphine is not going to be that smart, but they are going to stay here. They're not hard crashing the wave, but... Oh, there it is. Yep. That's why I canceled my base. I'm down to channel it and look at the enemy ball and to see when they're looking to base. If they're just going to slow push, I can get a free base off, come back into a way that's slow pushing into me. But I know that Misfortune really wants to base. They did not position the wave for a freeze. And so, I know that it's going to crash into me. Here, my Alistar is just going to take a nice little trip from the mid lane. This is a cannon wave. So what Seraphine can do is actually stand right here, get the wave to shove into her by creating a slow push. But because she's not, I get a free base off. And I do want to get Hex Optics here. Now, there's an argument to go tier 2 boots, but here's the thing, right? I'm not really trying to dodge any skill shots. If this was an Ezreal or if this was a Varus, I'd be down to rush tier 2 boots, but because it's a squishy and I have an engaged support, which means we're going to try to be bursting when we go in, I want that raw AD. That raw AD is very, very important when it comes to fighting. Unfortunately, my mid lane is falling behind, but my top lane is very ahead. And so, because I know that, I need to make sure that I am playing to my correct win conditions, which in this case, I'm taking a lot of bad trades. When playing JINX into these like losing, quote unquote losing type of scenarios, I think it's bad. Oh, that's bad. Alright, well, Rengar's there. Bit unfortunate. I landed a zap on JINX. I probably should have hugged topside more often. I didn't think Rengar would be down here. But, you know, it happens. I really wish my team won in though. If we stopped the clear for the ward when we could have just went for the what's gonna call it? The Seraphine here. She has flash, so we can just easily burn it with just a combo, and I just landed my W, which is really hard to do. But let's see if we can bounce back from this. Catty wants to roam bot lane, but I don't think we're gonna stop this in time, are we? Oh, we are. Oh, we almost hit another zap.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, I didn't expect Katarina's Q to do that much damage. I really, really want some kills. I really want some kills. The faster I can get to 2 items, the easier it is for me to carry. Here, because Miss Fortune just died and it's just a Seraphine who can't hold a wave against me, because I'm pretty sure I can just outduel her with me having a level advantage at level 6. I'm just going to instantly crash this wave. When your support dies, a nice little cheese thing you can do as AD carry and solo queue is you just want to hard crash your waves. Ah, she has heal. That's unfortunate. I thought I outplayed them by just getting the kill on Seraphine. I can just get excited and get out, but it's a bit messed up for me. That's gonna be my bad. I'm sorry. So we're 0-2, but we're still, you know, up in CS. We're still up in EXP, and so we're still looking for plays here. Katarina is looking bot lane, so I'm gonna run mid. This is something that you need to get into the habit of, where if your team, like, she needs to farm this wave. Like, you just need to farm this wave. Okay, that just means I can't even farm mid wave. Like, this is really bad, because I just missed a full wave of farm for absolutely zero reason. Like, you already committed to the roam. You're gone for that long. Cassio knows you're gone, and so you might as well just take the wave. Now no one gets it, and I'm behind a wave as well, because I can't even take mid wave, or else it's really bad for both of us. Here, my Graves is trying to do the dragon. I'm noticing my minimap, and so I'm always going to try to push here. Okay, we see that Rengar has popped R. I have to leave my Graves. I can't play same side as him. That was an insanely good R. And Kenner gets a pickup. That's pretty good. I mean, I don't want to let her through here. Oh, that's so sad. I think I'm dead, actually. Yeah, I'm dead. I keep trying to go for a little bit more, but the Seraphine is just getting away with just her summoners every time. It's a bit annoying, but, you know, I'm trying to look for any form of lead that I can get for myself. You don't have to play like this yourself, where you're just so intent on getting kills. But because I can see more kill angles for myself, if I'm just a little bit faster or they just don't have their summoners, I think it's just really, really good for me. I'm not losing on it too much. Obviously, my goal is just to scale up and just be even, which, you know, right now, even though she's 4 kills up, I'm still basically even in CS. I'm going to be ahead, actually, once I collect these next 2 waves. And another reason why I'm so keen on trying to get as fed as possible is because if I'm just behind or if I go even, I'm going to be very useless this game. If we look at their champions and look at team comps, they have a Cassio and a Rengar. So I need to find a way to deal as much damage as possible for me to even be remotely worth killing. Otherwise, I'm just going to be a really useless target for them. I'm going to proc my traps in front of the turret here so I can get this plate safely. My Alistar wants to dive here. I'm not really a fan of this, I'll be honest.
executed.
Well, we tried our best. Like, I'm just so weak. It's really, really bad for us to try there. Like, she's full HP, she has lifesteal, and so this game is not going the greatest.
Enemy killing spree.
Man. Oh, we started losing topside. That's not very good for us. I mean, now you're in a situation where I really need to get a lead. When games go like this, where your top lane's starting to lose, your mid lane's starting to lose, and your jungle is basically neutral, the jungler needs a lane to be winning for them to play towards. And because he's always pathing bot side, it needs to be me. Lands that E over the wall. That's pretty good. Let's see. I need to change my gameplay up to focus on playing for these team fights just a little bit more. So right here, this looks really, really good for us. I want to ward here. I mean, Rengar has no ulti, right? Nice. I get a kill here.
Enemy rampage. Enemy rampage. You have slain an enemy. An ally has been slain.
I'm getting flashed on. And I'm dead. Man, this game is getting really, really rough for us. My team is diving way too far into a Seraphine ulti into an MF ult, and so they're just getting blown up instantaneously. I don't have one item yet, so I am not strong in the slightest. The only benefit from that is I got my first kill there. Okay, so now we have finally reached the point where I can openly say that I'm behind now. My Katarina is just instantly running bot lane, so I'm just going to walk towards mid. The tragic part about this is I haven't completed my role quest yet, and neither has Katarina. So this roam bot lane is just her being greedy and hoping that their bot lane just overstays. So what I'm going to end up doing here is we should just kill her here. Like, we should just kill, like, okay. She's just to walk all the way around when 3 people are surrounding her, and she just gets out. That's going to be really sad. The benefit, however, is I think I get a plate or two. I see that Cassio's above me, and so I'm going to be kiting downwards. I'm going to put traps here. Dodge her Q. I'm just going to pop Ghost. I didn't realize that she had her Q up, so this is going to be a bit messed up. I mean, Alistar saved me, but he's going to end up dying for it. I mean, we tried. Man. Let's see if we can find a way to come back to this. Let's see, just go back ball lane here. I mean, ball lane trust should go down. I think it's safer for me to just stay mid. It's just four plates versus 1 plate. Let's see. I have my Hex Optics on my next base, and like they're kind of doing a lot of illegal things here that I don't really permit to happen. I have to just leave. Like, Alistar should just be trying to fight here, but he's just not. I mean, a bad fight's happening here. I'm just going to try to get my own lead now. And by that doing so, that just means I'm going to be pushing waves off cooldown. Push this. I don't think Sion's going to die from this, so I'm going to actually just ult him here. Wow, he just ate that up. That's pretty tragic. Cassio wants to move in here, so I'm just going to walk back. I'm cut off from mid wave at this point. Mid fight's happening. Nothing to do there. Katarina's going to take the mid wave, so I'm just going to base and just buy my Hex Optics. I'm just running around the map at this point, trying to find any semblance of income to put in my pocket. Bot wave looks good here. I'd rather just give my mid turret, I'll be honest, because I can't defend this versus a Cassio and a Seraphine. There's a chance that like Cassio can just R flash on me and it's just game over for me. And so by doing this, the only threat here is going to be a Rengar ulti, which is likely, but I'm going to gamble it because when you're in this game state where the entire game state is losing, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to get as much CS as possible in my pocket. So yeah, here Cassio's going to try to go in. I'm going to trap her off. Yep, Rengar went top side, so that's pretty good for us. Katarina's going top, which means that I get this wave mid. I'm surprised MF didn't walk up to the last hit this turret. That should be a free turret kill for her. I'm gonna hit no because I think their team is really bad and I can probably outcarry this. I just need one good fight and my champion can perform. Alistar is solo fighting a Cassier right now. I don't think he won that like in the history of ever. Okay, we got a top pick and I really want this bottom wave, honestly. Like, this bottom wave just looks way better on me than I think it does on Katarina. So Katarina can just walk mid. I'm going to go for this bottom wave. Katarina also has a higher kill pressure on this MF here. Maybe. She kind of has BT, so she's very, very strong. I have to be cautious of that bush on the side there. It's looking at me a little funny. And Rengar was pathing down. I noticed that my jungler is getting completely mixed in his wolf camp. I'm going to stay positioned a little bit further up just so I can press my W on this cannon minion. And I can't walk up from here. So what I do here, I click the B button. Oh, we see that Cassio and Rengar are on this dragon, which means that I get another free wave. Sometimes when you're behind, you just have to play like a rat. You take the opportunities where they're given and you run with the wolves. Something like this. I'm just gonna flash this because she flashed over my traps. Let's see, we ended up picking off the Seraphine, which is pretty nice for us. Let's look at their team, right? Their team is pretty clumped together. There's no character I'm exactly running from. And so that allows me to decipher that I really do want Runons over the PD. If they have a big bruiser that I need to kite out or, like, you know, we're playing front to back extremely easily, then I would just go PD. But in this case, I need to get a reset in order to carry a fight, as well as deal as much like AoE damage as possible, because the way their team fight works is they like to clump a lot. The team is pinging me off here. There's the Rengar. Looking for a Rengar kill. I'm gonna throw my art here. Let's see. There's a fight that's gonna be breaking out towards topside here, and I can't really take that. I'd rather just go for. I can't even go for this bottom wave. This bottom wave is I can't even like clear it freely because Cassio's just gonna kill me. So while there is, in a way, less minions here, there's more gold because I get to eat these minions for free without having any risk of dying, and I get these mid plates. Not to mention, if they let me hit this long enough, I do get to break open mid, and that gives us a lot more space to play through because that means they're forced to step out of their lane more. It looks like I'm gonna actually get this.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Close. I have to fight the Rengar there just a little bit to make sure that he doesn't just, you know, get this farm for free or just run at me for free after getting it. I'm gonna pick up this red buff here. We should try to look for this. My Grave shouldn't just be sitting here farming, but it doesn't look like we're gonna be looking for that play. Oh, maybe we will. Oh wow, that actually completely one-shot me. Man, this MF is really strong. She's 12 and 2 items. I didn't expect to get collectors there. That's just my bad. I should have moved sooner. I greedy for an extra auto, hoping that it would just end up in a crit and I get a kill. Not the greatest performance by me this game early. I definitely played a little bit too greedy, trying to maximize my DPS and value, but ended up griefing just here and there. It does seem like we're getting a lot of pickup kills though.
Shut down.
I just realized I have a full AP cow. This thing is not even a support anymore. It's just trying to one-shot things. Okay. Let's focus on our next win condition, which is hitting RIE. Hitting RIE means when we can start doing actual damage and stop being a little pea shooter, just praying for, you know, an attack speed steroid to carry us. Rengar has just come out of base. He could just R me in the face, but if he Rs me in the face right now, there's the chance of them getting Baron is pretty low.
Your team has
And the chance of them getting Dragon is negative because it doesn't come up yet. Missing cannon is not very good for my health. Nice, we get a pick on Rengar. I get more plates bought. When you're behind AD carry, this is a really good way to fundamentally get yourself back in the game. You just constantly keep sitting yourself in the side lane or whatever you can see income, and you just keep hitting that. I'm going to throw an ulti here in hopes that maybe it lands on MF. Nope, I miss. And that's going to be the fight there. I don't think that I can provide any more than this. Graze is going to base, so I'm going to do a little cheeky move here, and I'm going to just... There's not even a Gromp here. Life is so sad. Dragon spawning in 40 seconds. I think we have caught up enough kills to where my teammates can compete. I just need to mooch off them whenever I see fit. I'm actually going to go buy a pink ward for this. Even though I'm down gold and I really don't want to apply this pink ward, I need it just so I can avoid the Rengar. Rengar is 1 in 4, so you can't really kill anyone else but me. And so as long as I can, you know, waste his time and, you know, provide like an auto attack here and there, I'm providing more value for my team than he is for his. When you two are at the bottom of the leaderboard, the best thing you can do is, you know, try to be a little bit more useful than the other useless guy. Most solo queue games aren't won from whoever has the better player. It's actually won from who has, like, who doesn't have the worst one. Nice. Good traps. Traps are in. This guy's gonna ulti. Place my ward here and just, you know, chill in between my team and hope to God that I live. We saw that the Rengar eyes appeared above the Darius, which means that he is going to be topside. He ran all the way around, sure. Nice. So rather than run with my team here, I'm going to run bot. I'm going to run bot and I'm going to try to collect this wave. Katarina caught on to this and she's going to take the next wave. I also miss cannon. This really sucks. I'm just going to go base and I'm going to go mid now. So, here's a little thing that I like to do with my economy here. I could just buy a Cloak of Agility, but because my team, or there's no objective coming up, and my team isn't really giving me gold, I'm just going to stockpile to get my BF sword as fast as I humanly can. The more item components I buy, the less likely I am to get my BF sword as quick as possible. And so I have to manipulate my gold income a little bit, or gold spending, so I can get, you know, the more higher ticket items. Rengar's gonna be mid. I'm gonna poke him out. Give him a little chunk. Nice. Nice. I'm just gonna flash on that guy. Notice how I'm playing that fight extremely cautiously to make sure that I'm not the one that's getting engaged on. Graves is going to die no matter what. Without a shadow of a doubt, he is going to die. Why? Because he uses ulti to kill off the Rengar, and he's also the one that's going to be closer to the Cassio. But Cassio can easily change your target. If she changes her target to kill me first, that is going to be really bad, because she can kill Graves easily fight second. Just because he doesn't have the mobility to dodge the Qs, and he also is just, you know, right in her face, so it's really easy for her to hit. I don't think this is mine. I would like it to be, but I don't think it is. Okay. Their AD carry ran extremely fast right around. I think my Alistar, if he was any more trusting, he just hits the combo onto the MF, and I probably can kill her. I'm not even trolling. I'm pretty sure if he just combos her, I probably can kill her with, like, you know, 3 autos, a W, and an R. Maybe 5 autos. But regardless, it's better than just sitting there watching me die and typing XD. But it happens. Okay. Dragon is not spawning for another 2 minutes, but I do think that because we are so ahead, we're in this area where if we get a kill, a pick on anyone, we're going to try to transition that into a Baron. So having a pink ward on me at all times when I have, you know, my 3 ports completed is fine. If I did not have my IE completed, I would not be so willing to buy these pink wards. Okay, we get a pick on here. Oh my god, Graves just fucking 2-auto that guy. Alright. Gonna land this ulti here on the Cassio, get a little bit of KP going. Pick up this cannon. And then I'm gonna go and do this Baron for my team. Now, here's a sad thing about playing AD carry sometimes when you have a team comp like this. Your Graves deals more DPS than you do. And what that means is, I have to tank the Baron, because whoever Baron is auto-attacking gets reduced damage and reduced stats. And so, to speed up the process, I have to be the one that tanks it while my Alistar's not there, because he's also not a tank. But, you get the point. Here, Rengar could just ulti on our heads. So rather than trying to throw the game again and get this Nox top wave, I'm just going to base, and I'm going to go home. I'll be the good guy for once. Okay, our next item here, rather than going another crit item to go for 100% crit, I need to play to survive. My goal here in this game with this Rengar and these ultis is if I survive, that's good enough for me. And if I even like deal like more than 3 autos, that's a W. Whenever you're playing games where you are extremely behind, you need to create win conditions for yourself that are equal to what you think you can provide. And if you do any more than that, that's like an extra win. So in here, my goal is to get Rengar to like chase after me, someone to have attention on me and try to kill me while I just space them out and get 3 autos off. If I can do that, that's a win condition for me. Okay, I just want to hang around my team. I want to hang between my teammates. When you're playing versus Rengar, you don't want to play, you know, the furthest back. Funny enough, playing the furthest back versus Rengar might actually be one of the, not like the worst positions, but it's definitely not the more optimal one. Reason being, if you're the furthest back, that means your furthest back is exposed. And what that means is no one is behind you to heal if Rengar just flanks around. Here, I'm constantly in between my teammates. One in front, one in back, one to the left, one to the right, everywhere in between. Here we see that Rengar is top. I'm gonna ulti here. Switch to minigun form to get this. Not enough Jinx players do this, but they never use their ulti in like melee range or close range. They just deal a max amount of DPS to the target. Believe it or not, your ulti at, you know, when a character is 50% HP, because it does missing health damage, right? And also increases as it flies, is a lot of damage that you are just not using. Place traps on myself. I'm probably dead. Graves has left me. I have no idea why. And yeah, there's not much else to say. This guy just decided that Jinx, you are going to die here alone, and I'm going to sit there and watch. Actually, he's going to be joining me in the afterlife. Cheers, Graves. See, our KD looks bad. We are 489. But if we look back to 10 minutes ago, we've come a long way from 0-6. And so, we're going to take this small dub here and say that we're not the most useless character in the game. Look at our CS even. We've been spending so much time in the side lanes that, and MF has been trying to fight using her lead so much, we basically caught up in CS as well. This is pretty good for us. It's all about the little wins. When you keep focusing on all the negatives, you just keep on impounding negative interest into your mind, where you're always just looking at your mistakes and it'll just keep on weighing on you. Meanwhile, if you change your perspective to what are my win conditions to what I can provide, and, you know, looking back at where you've come from where you started, it really helps a lot. Like my Katarina, she just died. There's nothing to say for that. Rengar is on the far right. Okay. I'm going to walk up and hopefully I survive. Okay. My Graves, instead of defending bottom, is going to go straight for his topside camps. I'm not really a fan of this idea. This Sion might look for a random ulti and he might just rip it onto me. I have my Merxim in base, but no one is going to catch this mid wave. Every piece of economy is very, very important to me. My Katarina is up in 8, so I have time to get this mid wave and base, and get my Merxim, and get a pink ward. Okay. We are relatively strong now. Has our win condition changed? A little bit. Our win condition now is deal more DPS, more than 3 to 5 autos, because if we do that, we can actually carry a team fight. Rengar is still extremely weak, but he can still one-shot us. So, let's play. I'm going to fire an ulti down mid. I think we're going to flash on it. We did indeed flash on it. I'm going to wait for this to go off. Place my traps here. This is a Scion. So I'm not going to play it too crazy. Scion is indeed the one that's looking at us, so I'm going to flash here. Get a nice little slow off. Get a free auto here. I need my teammates to... Yeah, front line for me. Sion's looking at me. So, that was really good from Katarina, right? I need them to constantly look at me. If my Katarina never went in there, she's not going to deal more DPS than me. She needs to get the attention off me, and after that, it's all about just trying to look as aggressive as possible to steal your opponent's attention. When you are not that strong, the best thing that you can provide for your team, especially as an AD carry sometimes too, even if you are strong, is just getting attention. Because when their attention's on you and not on another strong target, their brains are going to go crazy when they realize they forgot that there's another character that does more damage than you up front. And that is, for me, that's going to be my Graves. Here, Darius is going to give this top wave. I want to get it as well, but I don't think that is my position to do so. I think that we have to go with our teammates to this objective. I probably should have sold my Doran's bow to get 2 pink wards. That way I don't die to a random Rengar. Rengar could just be sprinting towards mid right now as we speak, just so he can one-shot me. So rather than going straight mid, I'm taking a little detour and running to my teammate. So here, I get this little pick here. Nice.
Enemy double kill. You have slain an enemy.
Space this out. There's a minion in my way. This is so sad. Alright, I'm just gonna base. I'm just gonna base because there's just a wave in our... There's just... Yeah. So, we can fix our mistake. We can buy our pink ward. God bless. Rengar was ulting, but we ended up chunking him out. My teammates are wondering when Rengar ulti is going to come up. I'm going to say it's quite literally up in a few seconds, guys. Like, it's a pretty short cooldown. When you play versus assassins, you begin to realize how broken their ulti CDs are because, well, that's part of being an assassin, is you need your ulti to be useful. I'm running my Katarina as much as I can. I'm just going to provide her a way out. I'm going to fire an ulti onto this. Drop the pink ward. And I'm dead. That's going to be unfortunate. Rengar just ulted on top of my face. Bit tragic. I thought I could go for a little bit more, but I didn't realize that Rengar was still up and down to just engage. And so that's my bad. I actually just forgot there. There's no other reason other than, you know, I just got lazy and I got complacent. Need to still re-lock in order to get some good things going for us. Adc is still performing pretty well. He's 22 and 5, but he's basically an ulti bot now. He gets out DPS by me unless he's going to 3-auto me, which in that case he does kill me. But I should have, as a good player, the ability to space her. Because I have about 100 to maybe 150 range more than MF in her autos. Here we see their mid lane is just base. Their jungle is just running throughout their, well, their topside jungle. I'm up in 5 seconds. I'm going to hope that my team does not get caught here in the 5 seconds that I am still respawning. I'm on my way. Like, top lane needs to be pushed out. I'm going to go top here. I'm actually going to go top. Reason being, Rengar is going to try to fight around this mid area. Like, they've seen that we've all just collected around mid. Honestly, you know what? Sure, I'll run mid too. At this point, trying to play correct macro just doesn't seem correct. And so, run with the wolves. Sometimes solo queue just devolves into that, and you just have to run with it. Here, we use all of our cooldowns. Let's see. I'm going to place traps here as well. Rengar's still up and still hunting. Rengar has finally showed. Rengar has no ulti anymore, so I'm going to try to collect this wave as fast as I can. Then we look for base. They can't end here. I have no idea what they're doing. They kind of just wanted to stop by our base, you know, show a little flex, which is fine. If they want to waste their time, I am more than happy to let them oblige. I get one. Looking for Rengar here. Found my way into their backline. Nice. And then I flash on the backline and I kill them. And then we call that a GG. We just push mid here, and that's a good game. And so just like that, it was a bit of a hectic early game. I definitely greeded and I tried to push for too much. We also made mistakes. And, you know, we had to find our way back. We made sure that even though we were losing and we were weak, we always try to be useful to our team. Keeping good mental, keeping win conditions, and knowing when we're strong, when we should fight, when we shouldn't fight. And just, you know, realizing where our priorities are. And just playing around those concepts allow us to win this game. Bit messy, but in a way we still carried. Look at that end fight and how it went. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this YouTube video, and see you in the next one.